we're just coming over to an area here called the cave, and just in front of you basically here, you can see big encrusting coral. So those long, spindly, sort of crackly, tube-like formations, and some nice healthy staghorn just under us here as well. So the cave has lots of different types of coral, all growing on top of each other, and pretty much nice and healthy conditions as well. We've got some nice, large, rounded-shaped corals that are quite flat in formation. They're called the flat laminars, but more typically known simply as a slate coral. Some of them are quite round and just massive in shape. They can grow to about 3 meters in diameter, and they can actually break under their own weight. Keep an eye out for some dome-shaped corals as well. So some pretty circular-shaped corals. They're what we call the brain coral. Some of them will also have some spindly lines running through them, and they'll look almost identical to a human brain. We've also got a pretty interesting coral that looks like the underside of a mushroom. It's called a fungi coral, funnily enough. And it's actually the only coral that can freely move around the reef. So it starts growing the same way the other corals do. It sticks itself onto something, and then when it becomes a certain maturity, it can actually slowly start moving around the coral. Like I was saying, some of the corals do break under their own weight, but storms and different weather patterns that come through also affect the corals. As they are hard corals, they are quite fragile to the strong moving currents. So when we get weather patterns like cyclones, those do bring very fast moving currents through the area, massive waves and big flows, and they can actually break and damage the coral quite extensively. However, human interaction that affects the coral the most, as lots of people don't realize that these corals are very much alive and in need of lots of respect. If you were to just kick the coral gently with your fins, or even try and touch it, you do remove the living organism and the newest growth of the coral, and it will stop growing and eventually die.